We're still at Sennheiser. We caught up with our friend Simon, and you know why we're back. This is our Best of NAMM winner. This is Sennheiser's 360-degree microphone. But now that we're shooting in VR 360, you're going to look around, you'll see everybody, but the biggest thing is this microphone. Simon, let's talk about it. We're really close to an actual delivery date now.
Yeah, we're hoping to have the VR mic out in the fall of this year, and it's really to help people who want to do VR production. Obviously, there's a lot of people doing the video part of VR, but it's a different matter when it comes to the audio. A lot of people just use normal stereo signals, which of course when you're in the VR world doesn't move around at all. This microphone allows you to capture 360 degrees and actually have a more realistic VR experience, because as you move around, so the sound moves with you, so it gives you a much more realistic feeling. Also, it helps with VR cues of where to look, because if you're in a VR situation and somebody's behind you talking over here, you'll be able to know that they're there, and that gives you the cue to actually look in the VR space. So it actually gives you the audio cues that you normally have in the real world.
It's really a nice thing. Now, over at NAMM, we were not able to put a pair of headphones on and test it. Here we actually were, because we were at the listening station. We popped it in, and this was such an amazing thing for me. It's looking straight on, I hear what I was hearing, but as I turned my head, it literally moved with my head movement. We're going to get one of these, you know that, and it's going to be amazing, the things we're going to do with music. Now, 4 XLR outs, so for those of you, that means you're going to need some kind of a product that has at least 4 XLR ins. If you're on the fly, there are digital recorders from other companies that'll do that. Obviously, in a studio base, you can do that. Power-wise, what are we going to need to power this thing?
It will require phantom power. So any recorder that you plug this into, it will have to require to give 48 volts phantom power.
That's not a bad thing. Again, there are some things out there that will do that, and this will work with that. What is the lovely price point that we're estimating this thing's going to be?
Around about, at the moment, we're sort of got a price point of around $1,800.
That's not a bad number considering what this is going to give you. And again, it's the Sennheiser name and the Sennheiser quality. And from doing my homework, it is also the only you're the only people doing something like this.
Yeah, and we're also going to add to it a suite of tools, which is going to hopefully make the actual workflow of working with the audio a hell of a lot easier. So people will just naturally understand how to match the audio with their VR captured video.
And as you were telling me earlier, there'll be VST plugins for this as well?
That's correct.
And when it comes to everything, I think you also said it's going to be pretty much, you'll have it to one timeline to make editing pretty much as easy as your video editing.
Absolutely, that's the aim, to make it as simple as possible.
And for guys like me, we like simple, because editing multiple timelines obviously takes time. And if I had to edit multiple audio timelines, that could take a lot longer. But I love the things that Sennheiser's thought of. You've thought of the future. We know VR is the next big thing, and you guys are on top of that wave like no one else. Hopefully, we're looking at Q3, maybe Q4 on a delivery
Towards
date.
Q4, yeah.
So remember, Q4 you might see one. Now, we have talked to some people. We've been told we'll get a beta unit soon, so hopefully before Q4 you'll hear some stuff that we're doing, because we're going to test it out, get it in the field, make sure they know what's going on with what we're doing, and hopefully work to get any bugs out that we find. But the biggest thing is, you're going to find this Q4 at Sennheiser. Remember, the link's right down here. You click it, you're right on their site. You're going to find all the specs about it. You'll see the videos they have on it. And if you're lucky enough, you might be able to catch a place like we got, put those headphones on, and really hear what's coming down the pike. But for us, we saw Sennheiser is so on top of it. They see the next big thing, and they're there. Simon, I appreciate everything. This was such a great thing. You know, this is, if it's not our best of here at NAB, it's going to be close to the top, because we know what it's going to bring. Remember, guys, Q4 for BUZZTV, for Sennheiser, NAB 2016. We'll see you. Be right here, BUZZTV, NAB 2016. We're at the Kodak booth. We found another VR camera not the one we're using, something we just might be upgrading to. We're with Tracy, and we're going to talk about the Pix Pro.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
So tell me about this great product that Kodak has.
Well, this is our newest 360 camera that we introduced in January, and it's available now. This one here basically is 4K resolution. So we had a 1080p version that's been shipping for about 18 months, but we had overwhelming requests to increase the video resolution and go to 4K.
That's nice, and I see you have that. Now, let's talk a few tech questions with this. Are you able to go in, adjust settings in the camera for video, meaning shutter speed and ISOs, or is it pretty much an automatic setting?
It's pretty much automatic except for the video resolution. Depending on the mode which you capture, like 360 panorama, dome mode, or global, that will sort of fluctuate with what you want to choose as far as the resolution.
Perfect. Now, record time on one of these. With a full battery charge, what are we looking at?
You'd probably get at least an hour, just depending on, again, like the video setting that you choose. These cameras also take a 128 gigabyte micro SD card. So you get quite a bit of video, you know, all in one recording session.
And that was going to be my next question, is the format built in or memory card? And we know it's now a memory card, which is a very nice thing, because that will give you quite a bit of time. I see you have a dual unit there. Now tell them the difference between using one camera in this mode or a dual setup back-to-back like that.
Right. So traditionally, if you were using one of our cameras, you would want to have it in horizontal mode like you just showed us, because then you're capturing 360 degrees circumference and 235 degrees field of view. Okay, that's great for interactive video and capturing from the bottom of the lens up. But people were really wanting to get into full spherical 360 VR video. So by adding the two cameras in our dual mount here, now you're able to get from the top of my head to the tip of my toes and all the way around. It's a simple solution with just a minimal amount of cameras, unlike maybe some other solutions where you need to use 6 or more.
Now you also were telling me that when you pick up the Pix Pro, it comes with some software.
It does. So I think this is kind of a cool feather in our cap, because we include not only the cameras and software, but we actually have accessories that come with the box, so you can actually use it right out of the box, like this RF remote control that I have here, which synchronizes multiple cameras.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That is
cool,
great.
Right?
It really is.
So including the cameras with accessories, we go a step further, and we've got two software suites that we actually include complimentary with the purchase of the cameras. The first one is the Pix Pro desktop editing software. That'll allow you to trim software, choose your in and out points, and do some very basic editing. And then we just newly added the Pix Pro Stitch software, which will take two cameras like this and give you a really easy solution just to drag camera A video, camera B video, sync the audio, and then export and output it to YouTube or an MP4 file for however you want to use it.
Now that is truly a great thing, because in the world of VR, stitching is an issue. If your camera's not doing it for you, you could be in a world of hurt. Fortunately, we have a camera that does it for us, because I have enough problems dealing with editing and our editing people. Don't want to give them any more on their plate. You said this is available right now. What's the price point on something?
It is. So Brad, this is the one that I have right here is the Dual Pro Pack. And this includes the two cameras plus accessories and the software. And this one retails for $899.
That is a great, great price point for what you're getting.
It is, and I'll let you in on a little secret to your viewers. Here at NAB, we're actually giving the attendees a discount. If you use Broadcast, you're able to get 20% off your purchase on KodakPixPro.com.
You know, guys, now how long is this up for? Just for the show run?
It's just for the show. So I'd say if you're on the fence about getting a camera and diving into 360, this would be the one to do it with.
And you better hurry up, because the week's going by fast. So I definitely do that. Where are we going to be able to pick this up? Is this going to be something that all the big box stores are going to have, or something more on the prosumer end?
That's a great question. This is definitely aimed more at a prosumer type user, and right now it's available on Kodak.WS, our own e-commerce site. We are looking into distribution, but again, like you said, it's a more B2B. I mean, we have a lot of corporate users, dedicated content creators, filmmakers, education. It's a totally different animal, you know, from consumer.
Right, so I was just thinking like, well, we'll plug them. A company like B&H. Would that be a place that maybe we might be finding something like this down the road?
You might find it there.
Okay, so down the road, but for now, you're clicking that link right here and it's taking you to the Kodak site. You're going to get all the fun specs. Oh, here's a question, microphones. This is something that's a big concern with us, capturing audio. If it's in a louder situation versus something like this, meaning for us, we're shooting bands, am I going to get a real distorted signal, or is it going to be something that's usable?
We have not had any issues or complaints, you know, with the audio. It is just left and right here, so it's pretty simple. But again, there haven't been, you know, any issues with it thus far.
That's perfect, because for us, we love what we're using, but we cannot use any of the audio we shoot from a live concert. It is worse than early cell phone audio. Fortunately, we capture audio multiple places, so we can always sync it in and use it. But for us, you know, we're looking at upgrading products, and that's a big question when we talk to people is video, and can I use the audio or not? And that's going to be a great thing. Now we're going to talk to these guys off camera. Maybe with a little luck we'll get a beta unit and we'll find out for ourselves. But from what we can see, this looks like a really nice product. So if you're in the market to go to VR and you want to shoot, especially in 4K, well, one, you know the name Kodak. So it's a well-trusted name that's been around for a while. They didn't just come on the market last Thursday and they're throwing a product out yet. So you know that they've been here. They're going to be here tomorrow to help you as well. The price is great, and they have a box unit that is just so nice. That eliminates you buying this here and that there. Excuse you. Don't touch that, please.
I'm sorry.
And it lets you do everything live that you need to do. Sorry about that. That one was weird to me, too. But again, the Pixel Pro box unit for under $900 is giving you that dual camera. It's giving you the remote on your wrist. That is the coolest thing. Because for me, I'm pulling a phone out of my pocket to control other things, so that's a little tough. But we love everything we see. This is definitely going to be in our top 10 of the best stuff for NAB this year. And we know what VR is. We know where it's going, and these guys are right here on top of the curve. I appreciate taking the time and everything and talking to us.
Thank you so much.
But for us, for Kodak, for the Pix Pro, now in 4K and Buzz TV, NAB 2016. We're out of here, guys. See ya. Be right here, Buzz TV, NAB 2016. We're here with our friend Mark. We found the Allie camera. Now, we're in another part of the VR world, but we found a great camera. And with the thing we use, Mark was part of that development program. So if anyone's going to know about VR, this is the guy to talk to. How you doing today, Mark?
I'm doing great. Glad to talk to you guys today at the NAB show.
So tell us about the camera you guys have here.
So we were launching the Allie camera. It's a 360-degree camera that has 4K resolution on it, two-way actual talk on it. It's always on, always connected. It was just announced as one of the cameras that was selected by YouTube to help them in their new live streaming YouTube channel. So we're excited about it. We're glad to be here to show the difference between our camera and other VR 360 cameras that are out there. Other cameras you have to power on. They don't stay on long, 25 minutes of video recording. Because of the way our camera is designed, because of our background as a company in security and surveillance, our camera's always on.
Now, you're also telling me one of the great features this has, night vision. You could shoot in a low or almost no light.
Yeah, very, very low. The camera switches to a gray mode, night vision. Can capture everything. Obviously, that's our background, security and surveillance. So when the lights are not on, you still got to capture an image. This allows you to do that. So think about the creative juices, shooting a band, shooting something else. Show it in black and white under night vision on top of 360 VR. Exciting experience.
It really is. Now, I also see the application with the live YouTube channel. For us, our team in Detroit, our Buzz TV Detroit team, is about that close to opening their studio. So they're going to have 3 or 4 full production shows that run on top of the music angle they do. Now, something I didn't think of, and I'm bad, Brad, because I really try to stay on top of the curve, but adding a live VR 360 stream, I really never thought of that. And just from talking to you guys, it's opened my eyes up to, I need to call down there in Detroit and say, guys, I think we better open this picture up a little deeper.
Yeah, this is the year of 360. Ever since CES, as you mentioned earlier, I've been in the 360 field for about 3 years, and we watched it grow. Now with Facebook and YouTube and other people have announced how to experience this immersive thing. It's like the Minority Report. You go in there and you immerse it. You get to control the camera. You get to point it where you want it to point it. You get to see things. You get to be there when you're not there. So
exactly.
For an event like a live concert, or we're working with the Miami Heat to see a live practice, to work with other areas, from all the way to, hey, I want to stream my kid's birthday party and mom and dad can't be there. Guess what? With the Allie camera, they can.
Exactly, and they see everything, not just this. They see everything. Now, we've also seen other companies that are getting into 3R or 360 recording.
Right.
And that's a big thing, and that's something we'll talk to with other people later. But we also see with this and how well it'll work, because again, wherever your head turns is where things you're going to hear. Now, let's talk about the unit itself. How is it powered, and how are you able to stay on?
So it's AC powered, so standard, any plug, it'll work in the US or anywhere that has a US standard. So it's always on in that scenario. Again, our background's surveillance and security, so it allows us to be on. It allows itself to be put in the center of a room. And because of our cloud services, you can record, you get free 24/7 for 1 day recording, but you can get up to a month, up to a week of additional cloud. So you can go back and check on something that you missed, but your camera's always on. Whether you're looking at it on your app or not, it's always recording and capturing.
Now that's a great thing. Here's something, is there a way, let's just say I was an owner of one, is there a way for us to actually capture video ourselves? Meaning, via USB or a memory card?
You could probably set it up as a third party. It doesn't have a slot today, but the capabilities of doing that is any person can probably do that. If you hook it through your PC, you can record it and capture it yourself that way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, is there a way that we could Bluetooth as well? Is there a Bluetooth feature yet?
Streaming, at this point, we don't have a Bluetooth for streaming it right now. I don't think so. Some configuration only right now. Okay. So we use Bluetooth just for configuring the product.
But, anything's possible.
Right.
On the Pike site somewhere. Yeah. So that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, we're excited about some of the stuff that we're going to continue to add to the product. I mean, 360 is not going anywhere. It's just becoming a better and better experience. So we're excited to be part of that movement. And now with this Allie product, it gives you the professional standard along with the consumer standard in your own home. So for $499, a lot of our competition out there that got acknowledged by YouTube today, much higher price point. This allows you for under $500 to be able to set up your own live streaming 360 channel.
And that was something I was going to ask, and the price point is incredible. That's a great number, because we've talked to other people and they're looking at thousands for units. In fact, somebody threw a $60,000 number.
Yeah, goes from $60,000 even to $17,000.
Yeah, and most people just can't afford those. Is this available now?
It is available now. So we have it on Amazon. We have it in our 4 launching partners, Adorama, B&H, and then we're also selling that Ritz camera for the imaging part of the business.
Now, I just noticed something, and you've probably seen it if you're watching the the VR part of it, but we were just slid a phone which is actually streaming the picture from the camera now. So you see the quality's right there. It's instantaneous. You can get it on any device, if it's your phone, if it's a tablet, if it's a PC, wherever you are, whenever you want it, and that's the biggest deal.
The nicest thing about it is with the new app that we're going to release by the end of the week, you're going to be able from one touch to say live. That's all it takes. Once you set it up, when you want to capture a picture, when you want to do a video, when you want to show it, and then when you want to go live, you just hit the button and you're doing it. That's all it takes.
And the ease of this is what is a bigger selling point, because a lot of these things are out there, but most of us don't have degrees from MIT. And when it's something as simple as touching a button and you're going and you're not worried about all the other things, it makes producing your product that much easier.
Yeah, and one of the nicest thing about being a startup company and having our own engineer and creativity team at IC Realtek is we can also develop it to fit any custom open API need right now. So the camera might be the device that's 360, but if you have a unique area because of the way we produce our product, the way we have our own engineering here in the United States and also in other places, we can create a need for a specific customer. So it's not just out of the box. It can be, but it also can be used for B2B business people with a little bit of tweaking here and there for engineering, since it's a software-based product.
No, that's a great thing, because no one gives you that kind of support. Everyone gives you out of the box, this is what it does, and we'll take your feedback, and maybe down the road there'll be an upgrade. But for someone that could customize it to your need, you can't really ask for too much more than that. Available right now, correct?
Right now, shipping today. So if you're interested, ship now. With all the excitement around the product, we don't know how many units we'll have available. Just like other 360 cameras, when they first got launched, they disappeared for months because people are excited about the new category.
Where could I find it?
Amazon, B&H, Adorama, our own website at Allie.com.
And again, the link's right down here, so if you're watching this on the iPhone, the Android app, get over to the website, you'll be able to click that link and get right over and get one of these Ollies.
For other areas, it comes in black and white, so if you're in an environment such as a concert, you don't want the white to show up, here's a nice black camera that you can hide.
Last question. If I wanted to make this mobile, again, we're shooting at a concert, is it that simple?
Here's a device that we just created to make this one mobile today. So we're creating more accessories, so within the next 30 to 90 days, we'll have the ability to make the product more mobile than it is today.
And with that mobile device, that will power it as well.
That will power it as well.
So there you go. That's just what I love to see, a company that'll work with you, and especially if you have a question, they're going to come find a solution, and there you go. And it'll even get better and better.
Yep.
Mark, I really appreciate everything, but I have to ask the most important question. What might we have left out about the Ollie that they need to know?
Well, first of all, that the Ollie can be mounted anywhere versus our competition. I think the most important thing is the ability to be able to always look at it on your device. So because of the hardware drive, putting it somewhere, taking it mobile, doing everything else, the fact that you have your phone with you at all times, you're always in the 360 world that most people don't pay attention in their everyday life. You're in the tech world, right? You're in the cutting edge world. Most of the press I'm talking today are in the tech world. But there's everyday use of a product like this, they just don't know about it. And so our job is to add this Ollie camera so that moms can keep track of their babies. So that if you love your pet, you keep track of your pet. If your parents need their dignity, but you want to check on them and make sure they're okay, here's a device that allows you to do that. And then if you want to stream a live event that's just an incredible experience, you can do that. So really the Ollie camera is an all-purpose camera. We're trying not to put it in one niche like an action camera or just a camera that's the best accessory to your phone. It's actually a product that you would use every day. And if we get someone to use it at least 4 times a day, it's a product they're going to value no matter what the cost is.
And I love the two-way capability, because for me, I'm out and about sometimes, and yeah, we have a few pets at home. Some people call us a zoo. So it's definitely would be a pleasure for me, not just to see what they're doing, but to be able to say, hey, and have them know, uh-oh, Dad's somewhere here, and I better stop eating that.
And you can record back, so if you want to figure out who got in the trash or who took the last cookie, it's recorded.
That's
never
good.
miss a thing with it all.
That's good, but in our house, we pretty much know who it is. It's the young one of the group. But I really love that product, and the way you guys look to all the angles versus it's just one thing, it's out of the box, this is what you have, it's up to you to figure out how to use it. For us, we saw one of the earlier videos using it as a monitor where the kids are playing,
right,
which is a great thing, especially for parents, because you know, when mine was growing up, this was the telltale sign there's problems. It's too quiet. So it's so much easier to always be able to look and see what they're doing before I have to go find out that I need to clean something up.
And surveillance cameras aren't new to the market. There's 1,000, but none of them have 360, meaning, you know, kids don't stay in one place, dogs don't stay in one place. So just imagine you can look for them through the room, you can look for them through the house.
Exactly.
No other camera allows you to do it like 360 experience does.
And it's a gorgeous unit to boot, and that's the thing. It's not clunky. It doesn't look like it's awkward. It's really a very nice unit.
This is our higher end 720 360s, same technology built in for someone who needs a higher outdoor bulletproof
waterproof unit. And that was going to be my final question of, if I was using this for outdoor security, how would I avoid the weather? Because we have some of those at our place, and there it is. You now see the waterproof unit. What would something like that run?
The 720 beam right now is $3,000.
There you go.
So.
And for outdoor security, that's not a bad price either, because you know what? When they get in, it's going to cost you a lot more than $3 grand to replace whatever they took. So I really love that option and the thing you guys created.
Yep.
Mark, I love everything I see. I know somewhere down the road we're going to have an Allie, so you're going to see exactly what this thing does. But for us, for Allie, for NAB 2016 and Buzz TV, we're out of here, guys. See ya.